once again to the channel, and this is a video that a lot of you guys have been waiting for. I tried to find the video because I did shoot this back in, I want to say it was November of last year, and I just couldn't find the video for some reason. It just kind of vanished, disappeared on me, so we're just going to redo it. We're going to do it in an updated version. It is June, I think it's June 13th today, Saturday. So we're going to do it right now, and I'm going to go over some of the stuff that I'm going to be uploading to the channel as the days progress. But first of all, let's start here. So what you want to do with making the pitas, is you guys have been dying to, like, I guess, hear the recipe. There's no real recipe. You got to be an idiot to not figure this out, but I'm just going to make this video anyway. Basically, all you need is something like this, an equivalent to, just your basic pita breads like this. And these, yeah, they're about that size, whatever diameter that is. Cookie sheets. Preheat this cocksucker oven to 425, and then you bake these for 9 minutes once you put your pizza sauce, or I like to rotate. I do one with buffalo, I'll do like 2 with pizza sauce, and then I'll do 1 with this G. Hughes barbecue sauce, which is amazing. It's not a watered down, just total turd barbecue sauce like one of the other brands out there. I won't mention their name, but you know who you are. You suck, you're disgusting, and you should be ashamed of yourself. That is how you do barbecue sauce, sugar-free. But anyway, yeah, so I'm going to eat 4 of these. I just got done training, so I got to have my carbohydrates, and this is always my post-workout meal, no matter what. Okay, so what you want to do, whatever vegetables you want to put on here. Now, I like green pecker, so I have one right here. Take my shears, my skizzers, and it's just that much easier for me to cut these up. Don't have to get out a cutting board and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I'm a guy, I don't like having to deal with cleaning a bunch of shit. I just like things quick and easy. But yeah, I keep these around for cutting my vegetables and doing cutting my chicken and things like that. It's just so much faster, so much easier. You make much less of a mess doing that. Spoonage, need a spoon. A little bit of this Prego left. This is pretty good. I like the Ragu homemade style too. And as far as measurements, not taking any measurements right now. I'm just going off the eyeball. Those are my measurements. So these 2 are my measuring device right now. Just eyeball shit. If I got specific fitness goals, like if I want to tighten up a little more, what I'll actually do with these is you can actually tear these in half, make halves out of them, so you can kind of spread out your carbohydrates that way, trick yourself, make you think that you're eating more than you really are. So I'll incorporate things like that, and then I'll start cutting back on how much cheese I put on here, and just things like that, little changes that eventually turn out to be big changes as time goes on. But yeah, so anyway, let's keep going with this. And as far as updates go, I do have base unboxing of my bass amp that I ended up picking up about a month ago. I ended up picking up a Orange Crush 50 watt. It's a really, it took me a while to figure out what I wanted to invest in as far as a bass amp went. I kept wanting to go back and possibly pick up something that was from like the 90s, early 2000s, maybe in PV, or even some of the Harkey stuff I was looking at, but it was a little bit too powerful for what I had, for my situation living in an apartment like this. And the other thing too is it's a living room situation where it's just something I'm going to jam on. I'm not going to use it for recording. Plugins will come into play for that when it comes to my recordings. So yeah, I'm going to keep everything around for that, but based on a couple of reviews that I saw of that amp, what I heard looking at some of the settings and things like that, pretty easy to figure out. It's got an effects loop in case I ever want to incorporate any kind of pedal. But I mean, right out of the box, plug and play, it's a great amp. And you guys will see the unboxing of that video. That'll be coming up shortly within the next, I would say, week or less. Be working on that video. And then I want to do a full review on that ESP F415 Flame Maple that I picked up, which you guys saw the unboxing. Now I want to actually, since I've had time to play on it and get better at it, and learned how to find a good tone that I like out of that amp. Play around on the bass a little more, get the feel of it, the fundamentals of it, how it plays, how it sounds, things like that. I can actually do a little more thorough review of it now that I know more about the specs and all that kind of stuff. So that will be coming up also. And then as far as music goes, I got a Behemoth cover that I'm working on. I don't want to spoil it right now for you guys. Don't want to tell you what song it is. I want it to be a surprise, of course, but definitely look for that. Gonna corpse paint it out. Just you know, make it like how I usually do with my Behemoth covers. Gotta have the corpse paint. Gotta do the part when it comes to doing Behemoth or any of the Black and Death kind of stuff. You know, probably later on down the road sometimes I've been thinking about maybe doing a Dark Funeral cover or Necrophobic, just something black metal, because I've been getting into a little more of the black metal stuff. Specific bands, not all of them, but yeah, so be on the lookout for that as well. And I haven't really had too many ideas for ripping riffs. Kind of just been, once the gym opened, just been busy just trying to, you know, get my positive state of mind back, which it totally turned right around the day that I was there. Which I did share with you guys. You know, that first day back at the gym, it was like when I was walking up to that door, it like went in slow motion as I approached. It's like, oh my God, I'm actually gonna grab the door, it's gonna open, and there's gonna be a bunch of happy smiling people in there, and I cannot wait to get this on. And like I told you guys in that video about like just why I disappeared for a month, it was all because I hadn't been able to train and release those positive endorphins, all the things that just make me who I am today and continues to make me the person I am. So it was so powerful. It was just like an emotional moment or two in the gym. When I walked to the bathroom, I just, you know, my emotions got to me. And the same thing when I did that first exercise, it was on that chest press machine that they have in this gym that I'm at, and closed my eyes, and yeah, I started watering. Like it was like the biggest thank you that I couldn't give anybody, like, except for obviously the owner. But yeah, it was a really powerful day to be in there, and every other day has been just fantastic ever since. And I couldn't be more grateful than having that opportunity to train again. And actually, gym that's closer by, right around the corner, that I've been going to for a couple of years, they reopened, and all is good. I trained there earlier this morning with my buddy, and things are finally starting to normalize, because I definitely don't feel normal without the gym, without bodybuilding being in my life. It was definitely an incomplete equation when the gym was not there, and I know a lot of you guys out there can relate to it. I don't know how many of you don't have access to the gym yet, but I hope you guys have some places that you can do, or anything in the meantime, to keep yourselves active and keep yourselves, you know, stimulating that brain, getting those positive endorphins flowing, and, you know, just being able to stay happy. Because for somebody like myself that understands what it's like to be away from that, to have that taken away from you, basically, it's like I was lost. I almost didn't know who I was. It was a pretty terrifying feeling, to say the least. I started getting into that third month of being out of the gym. It was a lot for me to take, and I just didn't really know how to deal with it. So I just kind of turned away from YouTube and just people in general. I isolated, and I isolated hard. Not the healthiest thing to do, but that's just kind of like my fight or flight. So my flight was to just get away for a bit, reassess everything, and then once those gym doors opened, like a light bulb went off, and I feel like a brand new person. It's the greatest feeling in the world. And then on top of it, spending time fishing with my dad up at his retirement home, and getting into the bass fishing, and it's just so much fun. Just being out there with nature and hooking into the fish and being in those environments, just a positive release of energy. It's great. But anyway, back to the pitas. So I gave you guys plenty of ammo as far as the updates are concerned. So let's get back to what I'm doing here. So everything is laid out. I'm gonna switch this down so you guys can see what the hell I'm doing here. By the way, this is a great way, this is a great tool to use if you want to have that taste, that fulfillment of eating pizza, kind of tricking yourself that you get this treat without actually turning into a huge fat ass. This is a great way to do that. Alright, just take your mozzarella, whatever you want to put on here. I just kind of, like I say, I eyeball stuff. That's all I'm doing right now. Just kind of sparingly. I don't like cake these things full of mozzarella. Like, I'm not crazy like that. I get more than enough coverage with how much I put on here, like what you guys see. I know it looks light, but it's fine for me. And I just try to, I mean, I've done this so many years, I kind of know what the grams of protein and everything like that per quarter cup. I'm pretty good at eyeballing what a quarter cup looks like in my hand. And just continue to kind of just be mindful of what I'm eating as far as numbers go, but not just dead nuts like it would be come contest time or something like that, where every variable matters. It's just now not the time for that, and I don't know when the time for that will be. I've gotten asked that too, when the next contest is going to be. Things are just going so great, not to mention all the stuff that we've been going through this year. Just definitely not on my radar to compete anytime soon. I love what I'm doing with YouTube. I love making the videos when I'm in the right state of mind. Creating the new riffs, sharing them with you guys, just everything. And obviously all the positive feedback that I get from you guys definitely pushes me to keep doing this and just keep moving forward with everything, which is awesome. Can't thank you guys enough for everything that you do, all the positive vibes that I get from when you guys come here to visit and watch my stupid videos. So anyway, now we're gonna throw these in the oven. Like I said, let me back up to my ugly ass face. So now these are gonna go in the oven for 9 minutes at 420. I didn't even set this. I did this before on a Q&A. I did not preheat this asshole to 425. Oh my god, I'm stupid. I need to sleep a little more. I dropped the towel and I gotta hang this back up. Very nice, very nice. So here's the decoration. Here's what it looks like. And I can zoom out. So that's what they're gonna look like. There's the one with the barbecue. There's the one with the Frank's hot sauce. That's the buffalo sauce. I don't think I've ever tried it with the regular Frank's. I stick with the buffalo sauce. It's good, so I don't want to try anything else. And then here's my two with the pizza sauce. To recap, you just lay out try to find an equivalent to these shells. You can use, I think, flat out. They still make those flat out flatbreads. They don't taste as good as these ones. That's why I've tried a lot of these different shells, and these are definitely the best ones. These are actually local. They're from an area, Roseville, Michigan, and you guys that are familiar with that area, that's where you can find these at, like within the vicinity of Roseville. You go to these like Meijer, Kroger, Randazzo's I think carries them, and maybe one or two other small mom and pop chain places that are in the area will have these shells. These taste the best. They got really good macros on them. In fact, I forgot to mention what that was. So you're gonna have 0 fat. Per full shell is gonna be 28 grams of carbs, and you're gonna get 6 grams of protein out of it. And you get a little bit of fiber, which is definitely important. So yeah, these are, out of all the shells I've tried, these are the best ones. But try to find the ones that are equivalent to that, or at least within striking distance of those macros, and you'll be good to go. Don't have to spray these cookie sheets or anything. These won't stick as long as you don't have any of that cheese hanging off of them. But yeah, that's it. So to recap again, because I lost track what the hell I was saying. So you'll decorate these shells up how you want them, whatever kind of pizza, barbecue, or buffalo sauce you put on them. Your condiments, you can throw your mushrooms, your green peppers, mild peppers, onions, whatever, doesn't matter. Throw that on there. Throw your cheese on there. Once it's preheated 425, middle oven rack for 9 minutes, and then after that they'll be just perfectly crispy for you. So that'll do it for this video. Appreciate you guys watching. Take it easy. Have a good one.